Hey, everybody, welcome back to Project Overflow. We're so happy to have you back again with us. And if you're here for the first time, do give us a thumbs up and like what we're doing here. We are two guys talking about our finances and how we manage it, and maybe share some experience with those who are looking for some answers with regards to managing their personal finances. All right, so we're taking questions. So if you've got any questions, don't forget to type it down in the comments below so that we can answer them specifically to your needs. All right. So this is the question for today. I've just got married. How do I manage my family finances? Okay, Zuan, how do you do this?
Wow. First of all, congratulations. You just got married.
That's right.
I can
Congratulations.
still remember that feeling. I got married almost 2 years ago, celebrating my second year anniversary next 2 months from now in September, right? So,
Wow.
yeah, so very good question, like really very good question. I think for my approach in this is when I first got married, my wife and I, we manage our finances separately as two individuals. I mean, I have my way of doing it and she has her way of doing it. It's not when until I met Eugene and then he told me that, hey, how are you managing your finances? I was like, what do you mean? I have my own budgeting sheet, and my wife has her own budgeting sheet. That's how we manage it. I still remember that conversation. And then Eugene said that, no, you need to now because we believe that because the Bible says when you get married, two shall become one, right? But that is not how it reflects in the way we manage or steward our finances, because it's not two become one. We're still doing it as individuals. So that really put us on really convicted us as well that, hey, let's relook at our finances now as one family instead of individually. So that is how we got started. We had the conversation and we sat down, and then we put together a what we call a budgeting sheet, monthly budgeting sheet. As a family, for example, things like what goes into household expenses, right? How much goes into investments, things we want to have for example, for our kids' education. So these are things that, as a family, that we do together, because it takes both responsibility and commitment. And also things we also talk about. Okay, are we going to buy a house to stay, right? Then this is the amount that goes into it. And also trips that we want to take. Even though now it's lockdown, if you want to take trips together, then there's another budget for that. And so it started the whole process. It was awkward at first, okay, so because you have to show the books, right? Open up and show the books to someone else, but it really helps because then there's more unity, and also we get to dream together and put down vision together, a 5 years plan, a 10 years plan, financially as a family, not just living as two individuals but together. And also what legacy do we want to build for our next generation? So that is how we approach it. And we also still have our own accounting or budgeting sheet. It's not everything all combined and join. What is necessary we'll combine and join, and what we still have our own space to buy things that we like or spend
Play
on
money.
each other. Yeah, true. So yeah, that's how as a young couple, that's how we approach it. What about you, Eugene?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting question. For my wife and I, we've been married 20 years already, and I think from the very beginning of our marriage, one of the first few things, because we travel, I travel a lot, from then, from those days already. So one of those things that really I had in mind was, what if I'm not at home? Then people, they still need someone to be making those decisions. And at that time, when we first got married, my wife, actually had all this dumped on me, in a sense, right? Because I wanted to, actually wasn't her dumping on me, but I wanted to take charge of this part of it, being the man of the house, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But I realized very quickly that, wow, what if something happens to me? What if I cannot get home? For example, this COVID was a very good case scenario. There's a lot of people who work abroad and cannot come home, right? And then there are still bills that needs to be paid, things that you need to assess, and things like that. So from a very, very young age, we got together and say, hey, we're gonna pull in our finances together, set some goals onto what we need to pay for, decide what we will do and what we won't do, and then we will have separate accounts, yeah, like again, play money, so to speak, right? So that we can, like exactly what you said, Juan, money that I have, that I want to bless her, buy a gift for her, during her birthday, or surprise her, and she for me, and things like that. Or she wanted to take some extra funds to be given away, to her family members in need and things like that. And so those are all personal, private decisions, and we don't deal with that. But when it comes down to bigger portions like the house, the cars, the bills, and all this budgeting that needs budgeting, that takes away a big portion of the income that we make, then we actually sit together and decide how this is going to be done, how much is the maximum we're going to spend for this, and what will we do in order to pursue on some projects that we want to do. For example, some travel projects that we have, or we at one point, we in younger years, my wife's parents needed new electric gate. They live in a house with those gates that you still need to walk out in the rain and open the door. And so we said, hey, they're growing a little bit older, and so actually we actually need to be able to do that for them. Right. So what we did was we actually set aside some funds, and over 2 months we were able to, or 3 months actually, we were able to actually purchase the new electric gate, and also put on an extra air conditioner in their home for them. So those kind of projects are amazing, because if we didn't do this budgeting, we would not have been able to do that. So really, if you have if you just got married, there you still have certain responsibilities that you have set yourself on to. It's great to talk with your spouse and look at how together you can do this, and that's how you bring unity to the family as well. And that's how I got closer to my wife's family. And there were projects that we did with my family that that my wife got involved in. That's how we actually built a family, a home unit together. All right. So I hope that has helped you. If you're newly married now, we don't know your situation, but if you can tell us where you are, what's happening to you, and you've got more detailed questions that you would like to ask, put them in the comment box below, or use the link, okay, to be anonymous, and we'll make sure that we answer those questions as best as we can from the experiences that we've gathered. All right. So thank you again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and definitely turn on the notification bell. It really would help us if you subscribe and you like, because more people get to watch this content, because I'm sure a lot of people out there are still asking questions like that. All right. So we'll see you in the next episode. So from us here at Project Overflow, we'll see you again. Bye-bye.